Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you today? I hope you are in the good condition. So the first one that displayed on your screen now is white screen. Maybe almost all of you will confuse what the topic that we will discuss today. Okay, I will start my presentation with asking to you, what do you think about this picture or this picture? Yes, those are some picture of conduct election. The topic of election is endless thing to discuss. This is because maybe almost all of you will be thinking about the reason. Is this because Indonesia is a democratic country? Yes, that is the answer. This is because Indonesia is a democratic country that where the election itself is a form of democratic country representation. Okay, talking about Indonesian election have been held 12 times since the first election on 1955. So the election on each years will have been written on the bottom of the letters. So this is the topic that we will discuss today, electoral cycle. Talking many things about election, do you know if election have a cycle that we have to recognize and we can understand? So we should know about the election because our country is the democratic country. Okay. Cat et al. 2014 divide electoral cycle into 8 stages. The first one is establishment of a legal framework. The second one is planning and implementation. The third is planning and education. The next stage is voter registration. The next stage is election campaign. The next stage is voting itself. The next stage is election result verification. And then the last one is the post-election. The first stage on the electoral cycle is establishment of a legal framework. So on this stage, revision to electoral regulation and electoral restrictions will be determined on this stage. The second one is planning and implementation. So this stage is concerned for budgeting and as financing. In addition, electoral calendar, the recruitment of organizer, and the action of security logistic tenders will be determined on this stage. The third stage on the electoral cycle is training and education. So on this stage, they will help the electoral information and civic education will be conveyed to the voters. The fourth stage on the election cycle is voter registration. On this stage will be how the voter registration itself participant or the voters itself. The fifth stage, is election campaign. This stage will be held by the political parties. Sorry. The next stage is voting itself. On this stage, voting itself, counting votes, and tabulating votes will be held on this stage. And then the seventh stage is election result verification. So on this stage, result of the election, conflict of the election, and evaluating of this election will be determined on this stage. So the last one is the post-election. This stage contain the updating voter, and then the regulation reform, and then the research and data management. So this is the electoral cycle visualization from the source Cat et al. 2014. Maybe that is my presentation. So if you have any question, you can ask on your chat. So thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.